You are the most caring and the most giving, the most loving person I've ever known. You love people like Jesus, and you truly are one of a kind. You are so committed. You have made me yours unconditionally since day one, and I am overwhelmed with your consistency and your devotion to me. Our first year of marriage has been simply the best. Just when I think that you've maxed out, you somehow supersede yourself. You are strong and confident. I love looking to you as the head of our home, and you always reassure me that no matter what happens in life, God will make a way for us. You have been a stellar provider. We all know I hate those late night hospital calls and the over 20-hour shifts, but I know that your hard work pays off, and I really appreciate how devoted you are to us. Waking up to you each morning still gives me the butterflies. The simplicity of life has made marriage all the more beautiful. There's no one I would have rather endured weeks of quarantine with. Year one as your wife has been my favorite, and I'm excited for year two. Kev, I'm ever grateful that God placed me at St. Gabriel, because no matter how hard my brother fought for us to go to Rosemead High School and my family to move to Corona, somehow that plan fell through, because I truly believe that God had this plan from the get-go. It's as if he knew that I was supposed to wear that cheetah backpack and grace the blacktop below you at San Gabriel, just so that you can get a glimpse from the upper balcony of what your forever would look like. As I reflect back on my life, it's amazing to have seen God's hands directing our paths for this very moment. He literally set me beside you as your chapel partner. He put you on my brother's club volleyball team, in my homeroom for worship, and ultimately at PCC. I often do think of that time, as everyone has recalled, when I walked the campus with my dad after my entrance exams, and we ran into you and Pierre. Little did I know that you told them that I was going to be your girl, because I would have never believed it. You were such a bad boy, and I had a halo locked on tight. But look at us now. Bad boy wins America's sweetheart after all. And the rest has been history. 11 years, and I fall in love with you more and more each day, which is why I know that I've made the right choice again. A beautiful thing about our relationship is that we've had to re-find each other throughout the years in ways that God surprises us, and we always seem to come out better. Our love for one another cannot be bought, and it can't be faked. We are truly Team Danny Kevs in every sense of its meaning. In the 11 years, I've given you my teenage years, my college, and my early adulthood. I've given you my purity, and I give you the rest of my life, Kev. I trust that God does have a plan for us, and it's not to harm us, but plans for us to have a future and prosper. I can't wait to further the kingdom with you, and just thinking of having many youth makes my heart race. I feel blessed to have you as it is, so I can't imagine what a little tribe will make me feel. The way that you love me and my family is overwhelming. Nothing could have prepared us for last year and the toll it tried to take on us. But you have gone above and beyond to make me feel special in every way. You are my rock, and we have certainly overcome so much together. I pray that as we keep God at the center of our relationship, He will see it that we are still standing up for each other. COVID-19 took its place with our friends, our family, and the beautiful wedding plans that we made, but I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. And even though last year was not the wedding that we had planned, it was certainly the wedding that we needed. I will never forget the evening that we were sitting in camping chairs at what would now be our beautiful living room today. It was 10 days before our wedding, and we hopped on a phone call to tidy up last-minute details and to review the schedule. This phone call became an instant nightmare. Due to the LA County regulations, we were not going to be allowed to have this wedding that we planned and dreamt about. And as broken as we were, Kev, it was so amazing to see God orchestrate a whole new plan in just 8 days. I went from laying in puddles of tears to joyfully arranging a whole new wedding. Thank you. We had the most blessed opportunity to say I do in the house that I grew up in and called home for 28 years of my life. Never did we think that this was going to be our reality, but when God opens the door, you just run through. Many of you have seen the beautiful photos from that mini-moni, which attest to the authenticity of getting married in a childhood home with basketball courts and home accessories to show for it. Above all, we can both stand here and say to you that July 24, 2020 was the most beautiful and intimate celebration of our love and union together, becoming one. We made a covenant to one another and God, and here today to do it again. Kev already knows that I would do it a third time in a heartbeat, but I don't think I'm gonna do it, guys. This year's renewal is even more special. It gives us the opportunity to share our testament of time, faith, perseverance, strength, and patience. Team Danny Kevs has big plans for 2021, and this is only the beginning. I'm most excited that we get to share it with all of you this time. I have waited a lifetime for this moment, and as a young girl, I knew exactly what I wanted. Believe it or not, I wrote down what I was looking for in my soulmate. I wrote down a few items, and Kev, you've certainly met them all. I stated he was going to be tall, because I knew I was going to be gifted in height at one point, but I couldn't have a shorty as my life partner. Check. He was going to be tan, because who doesn't love a man with a tan? Check. He was going to be in the medical field. Biomed and CT imaging, you nailed it. And he was going to love God and me, double check. Oddly enough, I had written down that he was going to be Pacific Islander. I guess 8-year-old Danny Boo was certainly specific. And check. Even with this silly checklist, Kev, that I created, I would have dreams of this day. And sadly, I can never see the groom's face. But when you entered my life in 2009, I began to see you a little bit more different than the bad boy that we all knew from SGA. I would try to make myself dream this wedding dream just to see if it was truly you. I'm not saying it had to take a decade, but baby, I know one thing's for sure. Today, we all get to witness that my dream comes true again. It was you all along, and it will always be you forever. You are a million dreams and a million prayers of a little girl come true. As I had vowed to you a year ago, I promise again that I will always laugh with you and grow with you and continue to build a strong home together. I promise to make you proud of us and proud of our families. I promise to take the best care of you because you already take the best care of me. I will cherish this union and love you more each day. I will trust you to guide me and always respect you highly. I promise to be your #1 cheerleader and encourage you to reach far beyond the moon. I accept all of you, and I don't need a receipt. I promise to have Costco supplies of rainbow sprinkles and vanilla ice cream at deck at all times, Ken. I will sing to you, I will prank you, adventure alongside of you. I choose you, Kevin, to be no other than yourself, loving what I know of you and